Hello everyone and welcome to the Radio PLK FM. Today our special guest is Philipp Pihl, who is a certified Feldenkrais practitioner and a martial arts instructor. Hello Philipp.
Hello, nice to meet you.
I would like to ask you a few questions. You have traveled around Europe and you taught women about self-defense, how to protect and how to be safe. What has actually inspired you to do it?
Actually, the first time I was in Sweden, I saw that they had women self-defense, and somehow I got inspired and I asked my own instructors. This is like maybe 12, 13 years ago. And then they said, yeah, why not? We should have a women course, and then maybe we can have the balance of men and women in the dojo. Actually, the start was to get women into the dojo, to attract more women. That was the idea, yeah. So we had one idea to learn women to protect themselves, and the other second idea was to get more women to the dojo, so we have balance of men and women.
The idea was kind of spontaneous.
Yeah, it was kind of spontaneous and inspired by one woman called Sheila Haddad, and then we started teaching women at the dojo, having only women for a course of self-defense for a longer period. And so I did it all together. I've done it for 8 years. And then later we were contacted by someone who, I mean, the whole idea about learning and teaching women self-defense is evolving, and I'm growing into it more and more. And then in the end, I started to teach women who has been beaten and raped and in prostitution, who are fragile human beings. They're not so easy to teach. So I had to find out how to teach these women. And then I thought about using this method of the Feldenkrais. Yeah.
Philipp, so what techniques are involved in it?
What I put together is what I have from different teachers. My teacher in my Budo, my martial arts, Bujinkan, my master, Masaki Hatsumi, and then my teacher in Denmark, Michael Scherling, and then my mentor in teaching women is Sheila Haddad, and then my Feldenkrais teacher. And everything is put together, so I was investigating this and that, and then I found out how can I teach women in the shortest way possible. And then my military background, how can you infuse in the nervous system a big impact so you can use it very fast. And this is what I made together.
Could you describe the Feldenkrais method? Why are you actually using it?
Feldenkrais is after a name called the guy or the inventor of the method is called Martial Feldenkrais, and he was born in 1900. And when he was 13, he moved from Ukraine to that time Palestine, and he was a Jew. They were learning self-defense, and they was attacked by Arabs. And then he said this self-defense doesn't work, and then he invented his own self-defense system. Later he met the founder of judo, Chikao Kano. So his whole experience about movement came from judo. And later his engineer mind also was investigating how is children evolving their nervous system from 0 to 12 months. So you could say in a popular way that Feldenkrais is the essence of movement. And one very skilled Feldenkrais practitioner and martial artist called Doron Noan, he said his experience was that people without martial art talent, they get talented through the Feldenkrais method. So that's why I use it, and I found it quite fascinating that you can have a movement, a somatic system that is teaching you to become a better mover. You can be a dancer, or even a pianist or a musician, but you become better acquainted with your own body, and then you become a better mover, and a better mover, knowing your own balance, you can also break other people's balance.
Is it also about getting in touch with your guts?
Yeah, the feeling of danger that's what you mean with guts, yeah. I mean, the whole thing about Feldenkrais is concerned about the pelvic area. So the pelvic is very connected to what we call about hara or dantian, which is this balance point, the 4 fingers under the navel, and that is also connected to our second brain, which is our guts or stomach feeling, and that is the one that we call sake feeling in our martial art, which is the danger feeling. Something is wrong and you don't go down the street, and this is the actual self-defense, is to avoid the danger, yeah. And when it's physical, it's brutal and hard, yeah. But the gut feeling is the one that you listen to your inner voice and not listen to the brain about being a nice girl or a nice boy and I should behave like this or that, but you listen to your stomach feeling that something is actually wrong and you don't do this or that, yeah.
Do you also agree that most powerful part of a woman's body is her voice?
A voice. It's good to have a strong voice, but you mean to say no, or what do you mean by but it's most powerful?
I just read about that experience people have during the self-defense courses. They discovered that. Is it also your experience that maybe someone shared something like that with you? I just wonder.
If people feel like that, then maybe it's true, but for me it's more than that. The most powerful thing from the woman is actually they trust their inner gut feeling. They connected their voice with that feeling, and then they connect the self-awareness with this gut feeling, and then they express it with their voice. This is powerful. And if they get attacked, they use nails, everything what they have, yeah. But the voice to say no is the most crucial thing. Then you avoid a situation. That can be in many different situations that where you use your voice, yeah, to damage someone by screaming. But in the end, it's like nails or fingers and knees and biting. Everything counts, yeah.
What can women achieve from the course? What is the purpose of the course?
To feel safe. Nobody should not feel safe. I mean, to feel safe and be strong and be free, strong and happy. I think that's the most thing, that to empower the women to have this trust in their own ability to protect themselves. This is important.
And what do you think is the biggest challenge for women during the course?
I think you should ask the women.
When you travel and observe women in Europe, what are the differences in their needs in relation to the self-defense issues?
You mean if there's difference from country to country?
Yeah.
No, I think it's pretty much the same. I think the first thing is actually what you said about the voice before, is that to use your voice to say no and not and knowing your own borders is quite difficult, because you have to be a nice girl and behave like in a certain way. And it's actually the same. It's kind of like, I mean, I've only been teaching Europe, so saying universal is maybe too much, but I think it's universal. I think it's the same issue that you have. There's a little different cultures issues, is how much they talk and not talk and how they behave, but in essence it's the same.
What feedback do you get after the courses? Can you share a little bit? If it's possible, of course.
Well, for me it's mind-blowing, and it makes me keep going. All this feedback that I get, that it changed their life, and they trust their own power. They actually get more feminine. They thought they go more masculine, but it's the opposite. They trust their power, so they actually become more feminine, and they get more strong, they get more free, they get more happy, they get more powerful in their job or at home, and the men pull themselves together and start doing push-ups or whatever. A lot of things happen. It's very interesting.
Is 1 weekend enough to learn about self-defense?
I mean, the more you repeat, the better it become, of course, it's natural. But women did use it already. Some women already come Sundays. Yeah, I used your technique last night. This guy was stalking us, and then I did this, and bang, he went on the ground, and he was gone, yeah. So it helps, it works, and they get so much power. The most important thing is they trust their own power. They use it. So it could be enough, for sure. But the more you repeat it, the better it is, of course.
Philipp, what is your advice? How to recognize potential predators? How to avoid danger?
I would say that trust your gut feeling. Trust your feeling of space, of the danger. If you can recognize that something is wrong, is not good, then that's what you go for. And trust it. Don't analyze it with your brain, but trust your feeling. This is the best thing you can do.
If there is somebody who would like to join one of your courses, what ways are there to contact you?
I think the best way is to go on Facebook and look at my page called Better Moves, and then you can send me a personal message or write me an email, whatever.
Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, stay safe, be aware.
Thank you, Philipp. Thanks so much.
Welcome.